Joining me in today are two very, very special sports persons. They've put India up on the international stage and they're making waves constantly. The first question I want to ask to Satwiksairaj, Rankireddy and Chirag Shetty. First of all, welcome to Firstpost. It's so privileged to speak to two of the best badminton players in the world. Thanks for joining in.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us.
The first question I want to ask both of you, and you can take your pick who's going to answer this. Is what according to you is common between Sania Mirza, MS Dhoni, Vishy Anand, Neeraj Chopra, and you guys?
Common. Um, I don't know. I think probably each of them uh, were world number ones at in their sport at any given moment. Probably.
Oh, it's a good guess, Chirag. But I was going to go with the Khel Ratna, but it's a good guess.
Oh,
Congrats on that, by the way. What's the
thank you.
feeling like when you got to know? I'm going to go to Sathvik first. What's the feeling when you guys got to know of that?
Uh, First, when we got Arjun Award, then we thought like we should work more hard for the Khel Ratna Award. It's not so easy to get to the two players, and in doubles events, it's more tough for us. We need to prove very much in the high level to get that Khel Ratna. Luckily, we did really well in Asian Games, so we thought like we have a good chance now. We played really well this year, so we are really happy when we got to know.
Chirag, your thoughts? What's the how has that made you? Is this sort of like a reward in some sense to all that you've worked towards? What's the feeling like?
Yeah, definitely. I think it feels extremely good that you've been best out with the highest sporting honor in the country. I think all the previous winners have been trailblazers in their sport. Everybody's um, probably the best in their sport. So I think it's truly a big honor for us. And yeah, I hope it only spurs us to achieve even greater heights.
Yeah, we'll come to that in a bit. But if I had to ask you to look back at the year that was, 2023 was very, very special. A lot of landmark moments for both of you. If both of you could sort of pick a moment that you would say this was the defining one for both of you as a pair, or if you could sort of look back and say what was the key take back from that, what would it be, Satvik, and then maybe Chirag could follow that up.
I think we started pretty good in 2023. The first tournament we played Malaysia Open. We played semi-finals. Then I got injured. Then I got a break for I was off for almost 1.5 months something. Then we started playing back again. Then I think for me personally, I kind of got knowledge how to manage my body. It became much easier for me to play longer tournaments without getting any injury. So that has helped me in this year, especially. That's the plus point for me. Then obviously Asian Games was really, really memorable for us. I think the team event was really special, and winning in the finals it was really, really special. So I think the positive thing for me was not getting injured, playing longer tournaments without any injury. That's the best thing for me in 2023.
Chirag, what about you?
Well, I think for me personally, I would say that there would be two if I could pick. I think one would be the Singapore Open. I think we lost in the very first round, and we were probably at our lowest flow. We weren't playing that well. In the previous tournament, we lost in the second round, and in Singapore, right in the very first round. So right after that, I think we had a weeks of like a 1 week of practice, and we went on to play the Indonesia Open right after, and I think that was definitely the defining moment. We went on to win the title there, and same goes with the Asian Games. I think in the China Open, Super 1000, we lost in the very first round, just 2 weeks before the Asian Games, and even then we were not playing our best. And to come out there in the Asian Games and come back with two medals, a silver and the gold, and a gold, and also becoming the world number one. I think like those two moments, I would definitely say were the defining moments for the both of us. Those losses.
You know, it's interesting that you say that, and that sort of somewhere even reflects the sort of year you both have had, and looks ahead to how you're going to build it up as well. But I want to talk about, because you've mentioned this, I want to ask you, what is the most difficult aspect of playing doubles? Because we haven't had such a successful doubles pair. India hasn't had such a successful doubles pair in badminton all these decades. What is the most difficult aspect in this particular category, you would think? Anyone can go for this one.
I think for doubles, especially, I think you should have a like great relationship with your partner. I think that's the main thing for the doubles. I think you should have a trust on your partner all the time. We always tell that it's kind of marriage. You're married to your partner, so he's very important. If in singles, it's you all the time. If you work hard, then you will win. If you're injured, then it's your day. But in doubles, it's not like both has to work hard, both has to be on the same page on the given day, both goals should be the same. So it's not an easy thing for the doubles. But initially when we started, it was tough for me and Chirag to communicate and get together on the same page. But later on, once we sorted out, once we travel together to the other tournaments, once we go out and share all those things, then it became much better for us, and we became very much good friends off the court, kind of
Wow.
brother for me. So that has helped on court as well. So I have a trust on him. He, whenever I needed his support, he's there always. So I can trust him blindly. So that's the best part. And I think for doubles, it's especially important. You need a good heart and relationship with your partner.
Yeah, well said. I mean, nicely put. Couldn't have heard a better explanation to your relationship. Chirag, how's the marriage been then? Has there been any few hitches along the way?
Obviously, it's been really good. I think like Satvik said, obviously, the early days were not the best. Both of us come from really different backgrounds, and there were a lot of issues. Like I think worked our way through it. I think we worked as a team, and on the way we became really good friends. And I think that's one of the reasons why we play the way we do. I think, yeah.
You know, I read somewhere, and I don't know if it's, I mean, you could correct me if I'm wrong. I read somewhere that one of you said you both are like the Nadal and Federer together. Has that been said? And who's the Nadal then, and who's the Federer, and why?
You can guess it very easily. Who is Nadal and who is Federer?
Yeah, I can. I think Chirag is the Nadal, but I don't know. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, watched you guys enough to gauge so as much, but it'll be nice for you to explain why you think so and what qualities makes you who you think, you know, in this particular pairing.
Chirag is Nadal because of his aggression.
Yeah.
I think I never give up that fight thing. I'm more like Federer, calm, cool. I like to be calm, kind of like I'm like Dhoni and Chirag is like Virat Kohli kind thing. So that passion, like very much fire always. So he's always pumped up, that kind thing. But I am always in my zone, calm, like not really worried about anything. I'm in my zone all the time, like very calm and composed. This thing, yeah.
Does that work all the time? Is the fire and ice a good thing then, Chirag, or sometimes does it irk you saying, you know, come on, uh, give me something here? How does it work, or is it perfect in that sense?
I think it's perfect. I think we complement each other really well. I think obviously we have two different personalities on court, but our motive on the court is pretty much the same. So I think the motive on the court should be important, and the approach. I think it can be different. Not It's not necessary that you need to be really aggressive or you need to be extremely calm. You need to do what works best for you. So I think we both play our best when he's in his zone, calm and composed, and me when I am aggressive. So I think you need to know what works best for you, and that's what we do.
Did it take time to arrive at that, to get used to this different aspects of your characters on the field? Did that take a little getting used to, Satvik?
Not really. From starting onwards, I'm like in my zone all the time. Uh, so I think you need someone like aggression on court. It's not like always calm when it really matters. Sometimes maybe hardly I'll switch in fire mode, but always I'm in my zone thinking what will happen the next, where should I be ready for the next stroke and all. So, but I think starting as I said, like it's all about the communication between me and Chirag. I think I was very bad in communicating, telling my things. Kind of, I was into a lot of Telugu movies, and Telugu guy goes out with Telugu people only, not extrovert, always into the room watching movies, only listening Telugu songs. So it's kind of difficult for me to speak also because of he's kind of senior to me as well. So I'm kind of scared also that time when initially starting on with that. But later on we go out. Once that communication thing sorted out, then everything became like perfect on court. It became much easier than the fire and ice has always there on court. Yeah.